you guys having me here.
First of all, I would like to welcome you officially into CryptoBirds, and we are very honored to host you today.
Okay, we're going to give everybody a minute here to file in, and then get started.
Should we wait or we should start? I mean, there are only 66 participants. There will be more.
Well, here we go. It's filling up. We've got 70 now. Whatever you think, it's your world. I'm just here as a visitor today, and to share some good news about Floki and have a good time with you guys. I'm very casual and laid back in the way that I handle these. If anybody has any questions, hopefully we'll get to all those. I do just have 1 hour today. I've got another engagement right after this, so we'll try to get it all out in an hour, even though that Floki's got a lot going on, I think, as you've seen.
Yeah, actually, before the AMA started, we have planned a lot of things to share with the community, and I am now feeling that 1 hour, is it okay to speak all the things in 1 hour only? So I think we should be real quick today. Is it?
Yeah, we can get it all done. We can get it all done for sure. I've done enough of these to know kind of what to include and what not to. So yeah, Floki's got a lot going on, and it's really bullish. I think that we we can speak for more than an hour on all of the developments that we have going right now. So
yeah, so let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to host a project which gives power and opportunity to the people, and the project aims to be the most known and most used cryptocurrency in the world, and their game is launching soon. They have 400,000 proud holders, and they have 10 million followers reached via influencer network, and they have 320K followers on Twitter. So I am talking none other than Floki. So Floki is a true community project that aims to become a full DAO. It is actively run and led by members of the community known as Floki Vikings. There are some prominent members of the community actively directing the project, and they have a big news to share with you that Real Floki INU has joined multi-chain family. People's cryptocurrency and utility token of Floki ecosystem is now freely transferable between Ethereum and Binance chain via app. You can use the multi-chain app to do the transfer. So today we are going to have Mr. Cobra Kai. He is retired from a 15-year career building payment system for a large bank. He became fascinated with the possibilities of blockchain technology during COVID lockdowns, and went from community Floki Vikings to the team member when he saw the potential Floki to make the real world impact. So once again, welcome, and let's get into the conversation.
Very good. Thank you for the great introduction. I'm glad to be here, and we've got a lot of people coming in, so thanks everyone for joining.
There's a bit distortion in your sound. Is everything okay?
No, you sound just fine with me. Everything's good.
Okay, so I have introduced you a bit, but I think there is a lot more to know about you, about the Floki INU and its team behind working. So yeah, we want to know about you and your team.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good place to start. So first of all, something that's important to note is that we are not Floki INU anymore. We dropped the INU. We bought Floki.com website, and our ticker symbol is just $Floki, FLOKI. We are no longer an INU. That was a strategic branding move that Floki made. It was planned all along when we purchased the Floki.com website, because quite frankly, the plan of Floki has always been to use the meme culture, right? The meme community. We're a lot of fun, and we'd love to do that, but eventually to take it to the mainstream. And we'll get to talk about the marketing that we do and how we intend to be a global powerhouse in cryptocurrency. The team, that's a really great story to ask. So do you know how Floki started? Do you know the first 2 weeks story? Maybe not. So what happened was 2 weeks. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, please go on.
Yeah. 2 weeks after Floki launched, the first dev did a rug pull. He pulled the liquidity out of the Floki token, Floki Inu token at the time, and took all of our money. So at that time, the core team, which runs Floki now, stepped up out of the community. That includes B, our core strategist, and he's the project lead for Flokify, which is our DeFi protocol that's going to be going live actually this week on mainnet with the first protocol. Also, Mr. Brown Whale, who is the lead game dev for Valhalla, our revolutionary, innovative blockchain game that will be out in Q4 with the first full version. And Saber, our head of marketing, who does the incredible things that you see with Floki right now. We're in F1 racing on the race cars of Alfa Romeo. We've been with 8 global football clubs. We've been on TV in the United States and in Turkey. And we're just getting started with the marketing efforts. So those folks stepped up as Floki holders out of the community and took over. At that time, they hired a second dev, and within 48 hours, that dev did it again. He took $500,000 in liquidity and ran away with it. And all of the Floki holders were devastated. Obviously, we thought we were done. Well, the core team, those members that I've mentioned, provided liquidity out of their own pockets for Floki, and they airdropped every version 1 holder their tokens back. The V2 tokens, the equivalent of what they held in V1. So everyone was rug pulled, everyone had $0, and this core team stepped forward and made everyone whole again. And that's when Floki was born. That's why this community is unlike any other community in crypto, period. That is why the 410,000 holders that we have now raid Twitter so actively, why we have that verified Twitter account, why you see Floki all over social media. It's community members like myself that realized that these guys meant business, that they were not here to do anything other than accomplish their goal, which then became to become the most known cryptocurrency in the world. So each of us on the team have backgrounds that are nothing to do with meme coins. So Saber has several multi-million-dollar businesses, marketing firms in London, where he's from. And he's the one that was able to get us on those Fenerbahce and Napoli and Bayer Leverkusen, Twente, Spartak Moscow, Kerala Blasters, FC Goa, the 8 football clubs we had. He negotiated those deals. Alfa Romeo race cars, he negotiated those deals. Mr. Brownwell has been in some of the most innovative NFT projects in the world, and you'll see that when we talk about Valhalla. Myself, I came from a payments and a banking background, and I was actually just a community Viking. I'm not a core team member, but I stepped forward with the knowledge and just the ability to step in and help as a community member. We all came from the community. That's what's super important to note. And then we hired Jackie, who is our lead blockchain dev, who has over 10 years of experience in Solidity, and he actually worked with Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, on a project called the Viper Project. So we have a dev that's been doing this for over 10 years, that's able to build things like Flokify, that's able to build blockchain mechanics like we'll talk about in Valhalla, and a team of experienced business people that are behind Floki.
I was about to talk.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Before moving towards next about Floki, I just wanted you to share a brief introduction of Valhalla, what it is, what are the NFT collections, and all the details.
Okay, that's a lot. So I'm going to look here at the chat and see what gets thrown in there. But I see where you can buy Floki right now, which is great. So Valhalla is our NFT 3D metaverse, but it's a video game. It's not a metaverse like what you guys might be thinking of in the metaverse. It's a game that is meant to be played, that is fun. You can play and earn while you do it. It has blockchain mechanics that have never been done before in the crypto space. That includes a clan system, so 30 people per clan or per guild that's on the blockchain that is specific just for Valhalla. It includes raiding, so you'll be able to take your clan out and go and raid other territories and take their properties. You'll be able to farm, grow resources within the game that are also NFTs, and you'll sell those to the raiders. Right now, you can play today the alpha version, which is the battle arena, which is where you take the critters that you have. They're called Vera in our game. They're just like Pokemon in the sense that you take them, you catch them out there in the open world, you train them in the battle arena so you can battle against each other. Player versus player will be coming out very soon in the next couple weeks, it seems. And that's it. It's a complete game. If you mixed Animal Crossing and Skyrim and I don't know, other open world games like Fortnite, but it's not a shooting game. It's all of the things wrapped into one that the blockchain has never been in video gaming. It's an actual game that's meant to be played, that is really, really fun, and that's the first thing about it. Everything in the game is mintable as an NFT. So your critters are NFTs, your character's an NFT. You can find swords and shields and all of the things that will be in a magical Viking world to play with, and they upgrade as you play. So everybody can get in the game. You don't need to have an NFT to play. You don't need to have a whole bunch of Floki tokens to play. You'll need a few dollars of Floki to get in, to get your character, and to start playing. And those people that play the game the best and the most and put the work in will be able to own the most rare items in the game, which would be worth some money. Sorry, I had somebody honk outside my office window there.
Have you done talking about that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Do you have questions about it?
I got to know that 9 quadrillion variations of each NFT. So, would you like to share about that?
Yeah, it would be a great time if I could see a photo of the. I'm trying to look here to see where I'm at here. Hang on one second.
Should I share the NFTs which you shared with me in the chat?
You can share all of those. That's all shareable. Those are all leaks out of our leaks channel, and that's what I was looking for. It's easier to talk about when we can see the photo. But yes,
yeah,
so the critter.
I have shared that. So these are the NFTs. The view, and I like very graceful actually, while the color contrast is very cool.
Yes. So now we can see all of this. So those are your critters. So that one is called the big hair, right? He's a big fat bunny rabbit that looks like a Viking, and he's an NFT. There are 9 quadrillion variations of him. So when you get into the game, you step into the battle arena, and he drops out of the sky if you get a big hair. If you don't like him, you can re-roll and get a different one. The second picture you see is him training there, so building up his statistics. Each Vera has its own personality. It could be shy. It could be aggressive. Each Vera has its own stats. It could have health. They all have health, defense, and power. So those stats upgrade with every single battle. Every time you do a battle in Floki Valhalla, your NFT gets stronger, in other words. So as you play against your friends, as you play in the battle arena, your NFT becomes more rare. It becomes more powerful. There will be over 100 of these Vera. Right now we had 5 released. The second one you see, this is an exclusive leak, the one that looks like a I don't know, a fox and a parakeet, or I don't even want to know what it is. It's a magical creature, right? A griffin maybe. There'll be 9 quadrillion variations of him. We have a bear. We have a magical hat. We have a carrot. We have all of these that have been released that you can play with today. If you look at that video, that's the bear and the hushroom playing against each other, where it says train in the battle arena, and that's where you battle. Okay. And then you see the open world in that video. That's where you can roam around. It's actually exciting to see in that video. You might notice that looks like an NFT, and then in the open world here, this is just the devs messing around. But those are me bits, actually, which are made by Yuga Labs, who also owns the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So in Valhalla, you'll be able to bring your NFTs potentially in from other metaverses, your 3D NFTs that you've purchased elsewhere. We don't know because it's just a leak, and the game devs keep things very, very tight, but they've leaked this out. We know that the possibility exists for other innovative 3D NFT projects to bring their NFTs into Valhalla. So it's all very, very exciting. It's never been done before on the blockchain. Quite frankly, most of the games that you guys are used to playing are about the token. It's always about getting the most amount of tokens, right? Well, Valhalla will have an economy that includes the token, of course, the Floki token, but it also will include, it has the ability to, you can mint anything in the game as an NFT. So we really have to decide what we don't want to make an NFT out of, because your character can be an NFT, your hat can be an NFT, your sword, your shield, the corn that you grow as a resource or whatever those resources are, they can all be NFTs that are tradable inside of the game, inside of Valhalla, the economy there. So it's really exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is. So if we want to upgrade our NFT, is there any option, or we will have to change the NFT?
Inside the game?
Yeah.
Inside the game, you'll be able to earn, they're given to you. You don't have to buy the NFTs, and you're able to own more than one Vera. So right now, and this is just information that's been leaked out about it, I can't give all the information away, but this is just stuff that we talk about in our AMAs. By the way, you can join the AMAs every other Monday on the Floki Twitter account at RealFlokiInu. Every other Monday, the game devs are there. They will speak to you directly. You can ask your questions, and they'll tell you about whatever you want to ask about Valhalla without leaking too much information. But the way that it was written originally is that you'll have slots in your...
Perfect. So
yeah, so the question that you asked about the Vera NFTs, so right now, what we know that's been written in the roadmap is that you'll have slots in your inventory. So perhaps you get to keep 3 Vera NFTs. Well, if you want to go capture a new one, then you have to leave one behind at your house or wherever, your home base. And you have to go out into the wild, and you have to capture a new Vera. And once you capture it, then you can take it to the battle arena and train it. Then you can take it on raids with you to go raid other people's territory. They're like your little pets. They're your little buddies that you use to help you get around Valhalla to play the game.
Yeah, so the testnet is going on right now, and people can click on the link and play on the testnet.
Yep. They will need a little instruction to get in. I would say join our Telegram group or go to our Twitter and check out our YouTube channel. There's a how-to video on YouTube. It takes about 7 minutes to get into the game. All you need to have is a MetaMask wallet, and you have to have a testnet token. It's important to note that it's on Kovan Optimism testnet right now. Because of the Ethereum merge, Kovan Optimism will be decommissioned on October the 5th. And at that time, we will move to the Goerli network, and you'll need to get new testnet tokens and to be able to play the game. But it's important that the first full version will be out in Q4 after we upgrade onto this new Goerli testnet, which should happen, like I said, on or before October 5th. Everything you do in the game matters. So the devs have made it very clear, the players that play on the testnet that help us develop this game, you can go into our Discord and you can post in our bugs channel. If you find something in the game that you don't like or a bug, you can report it directly to the devs there. Anybody that starts to play this game after this next upgrade, some of what you do will carry over into the mainnet. So you won't be playing for money today. It won't be worth anything today because it's testnet tokens and it's testnet NFTs. But the players that climb the leaderboards, because this game has global leaderboards, it has esports built into the game, it has the clan system built into the game. The players that perform the best will have some of their assets transfer over onto the mainnet with them. So we don't know when the mainnet launch will happen. Really, the answer to that is as soon as we have fine-tuned the economy to where we know that it's balanced and that it will last forever, because we want Valhalla to be like League of Legends. It's got a lot of League of Legends kind of aspects to it too, in the battle arena especially. We want it to be, Valhalla Season 10. There will never be a complete version of Valhalla, because once we launch the first full version, development will continue, and there could be, games typically call them seasons, but we could have whatever you want to call it in Valhalla. We would have the first version, second version, third season, fourth season, fifth season, until the end of time. Really, it's 9 quadrillion variations of each Vera, over 100 Vera. The game's going to be fun to play. There's going to be clans. We've already got dozens of clans, thousands of players, over 30,000 transactions in the game just on the Kogan Optimism testnet. So Valhalla's coming, folks. It's coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon, and with a lot of NFTs, a big collection.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is they're not the kind of NFTs that you think of normally, that you have to go on to OpenSea and buy, right? It's an NFT that is issued to you in the game, that is in your MetaMask wallet, and that you can see the stats of it increase as you play. It's really cool. It's like I said, it's novel blockchain mechanics. It's blockchain mechanics that have never been seen before. And it's really kind of funny that nobody's ever done this before. I think everybody's pretty much tried to make their token pump and create their game, and then the guilds come in, right, and they try to get all the tokens out of the game, and then the economy fails, and then they move on to the next game. Well, this one's very, very different in that it's going to be a fun video game to play for a very long time, and there's a lot of different ways that you can earn inside the game other than just the token.
All right, that's perfect. So we have talked about Valhalla. So I want you to share how can we be an investor other than playing the game and doing one over there? How can we earn, and how can we purchase the NFTs? Is there any token to purchase NFTs?
Okay, so we do have 3 NFT collections. I think that might be what you're talking about. They are on OpenSea. So the first collection is the Floki Tars. And you may be able to forward that in. I think I shared that with you as well. Maybe I can't post a message in here, but our NFT link. So the Floki Tars, there are 10,000 of them. My avatar right now, if you guys can see my avatar right here where I'm speaking, that is a Floki Tar. There are 10,000 of those. If you want to use your Floki Tar in Valhalla, you can get a special advantage on all the other players. So you get a special item or a special advantage. We don't know what it is yet. Can't leak it out. If you choose to do that, to take that advantage, you have to burn your Floki Tar. So there's 10,000 of them, and you have to burn it to get an advantage inside Valhalla. I have a whole bunch of Floki Tars, and I can tell you right now that I'm going to burn a whole bunch of Floki Tars to get the advantage inside the game so I can beat my buddies. So you can imagine what happens when you start with 10,000 and you start to burn all of the Floki Tars, that they'll become more rare pretty quickly. So that's the Floki Tars. We also have the Genesis and the Gemstones. And the Genesis and the Gemstones, they were gifted. The Genesis were gifted to the community that went through the rug polls, and they give you a very special advantage in the game. They have attributes like a longship. So the longship is a boat that will allow you to load up your clan mates to go to raid other islands. So if you have that NFT with a ship, with a longship, boy, will you be a popular player inside of Valhalla. And then the Gemstones just came out with our newest DAO contract that launched in January to reward those people that bought on the new contract, the first people that bought. And there's only 1,300 of those, and those give you an advantage in Valhalla, but also they give you free use of all Floki products for life. That's very important when we talk about FlokiFi. You'll have free use of Floki products for life if you own one of the Gemstones or the Genesis NFTs. That includes early access to the debit card. We will have a Floki debit card, either a Visa or a MasterCard, that comes out in Q4. That includes the University of Floki, our crypto education platform, where you can take courses on cryptocurrency. those will be included if you have that NFT. So we've got some really interesting utility NFTs that are separate from the in-game NFTs, but one, you don't need one for the other. You can play Valhalla without buying an NFT. If you do buy the NFTs, you'll have an advantage in there. So I think you guys can see that this has been thought about very carefully about how to make the game available to everyone. It will be fair for everyone. The whole purpose of Valhalla is to give people an opportunity to earn a living playing a fun video game, especially in underdeveloped countries. Floki has a huge focus on charity. I hope we get to talk about that some. And Valhalla will be a vehicle for people to earn a living by playing the game. And we want to make it easy to get into, cheap to get into. You don't need a fancy computer. It's built on Unity, so you can use any old computer to get in. Eventually, it will go to mobile, but we have to give up a few of the blockchain mechanics to do that, so that'll be further down the roadmap. But that's it. We want everybody in the world to have a chance to play this incredible game.
All right, so sorry, asking about the NFTs once more. Are the NFTs categorized into different types on the basis of their roles?
So yeah, there's the PDF there that gives a detailed overview of the NFTs. Let me click on it here real quick just to see what people are looking at. Oh, that's the wiki that you looked at. So yes, so the Genesis is what I think you're talking about. The Floki tars, first of all, this is important. They're all pretty much the same. There's not one that's more rare than the others. They're all pretty much the same. You have to burn them in the game to get the advantage. The others have tiers. You have a ruby, you have a diamond, silver, and bronze. So there's 4 tiers of the Genesis NFTs. And obviously the ruby being the top tier gives you more advantages. The diamond gives you a little bit less. The silver and then the ruby, or the bronze, I'm sorry. But you can get a long ship with any of those. You just have to look, through the through OpenSea and see if you can find one that's a little bit more rare. They have clarity, of course. That clarity will have a role inside of Valhalla. It may, we're just guessing here, but it may give you a discount inside of the game. There's a couple attributes, the X attribute and the Y and the Z, the Y and the Z attributes, and we don't know what those will do in the game yet. It's a big secret. So that's it. They're out there. They give you an advantage in Valhalla. And once the game gets going, imagine if we've got 2 million players in the game or 10 million players in the game, and there's a very, very limited amount of these NFTs that people will be able to use to be the best players in Valhalla. I hope that explains it.
If I ask you the prices, yeah, it did. So what is the price of one NFT from category, from the best category to the lowest one?
I don't talk price really. That's kind of, as a team member, I can tell you to go out to OpenSea and check it. The floor prices right now, like all NFTs, are very low. I know that I've bought some of the NFTs that we have for as much as 10 times as what the price is right now. That was back in November, but I've continued to accumulate them personally. You can get a Floki tar, I think right now, as low as, $30-$40, something like that. And the rubies go all the way up to 10 ETH or more. So you just need to go out there and shop. That's the only way I can say that. Go out to OpenSea and check them out. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, that perfect price. I mean, it's justified. It's not too high.
Well, you're going to have to burn it. The Floki tars, you're going to have to make a decision. Do I want to have this special item in Valhalla, or do I want to have my Floki tar? It's going to be a very hard decision. That's what the dev has said, that you will have to make a tough choice if you want to burn your Floki tar, or if you want to keep it and wait for everybody else to burn theirs, right?
Yeah. So what do you suggest? What are the benefits of staking the NFTs or holding these NFTs for long term?
I can't speak to price. The benefit is, like I said, there's 10,000 Floki tars. This game is going to have potentially millions of players, so you can do the math there. There's a very limited amount of Genesis and Gemstone NFTs. They will give you decided advantages like the long ship, which allows you to be a better raider of other territories in Valhalla. So that's it. I mean, we could do 2 hours talking about the NFTs, to be honest. And the fact of the matter is they're not just an NFT to use as a profile picture. Every single NFT in all three of the Floki collections can get you something. It can get you into Floki products, into Floki University, into Valhalla to do important things. And then you can see how that ecosystem might work when we have the debit card come out live in Q4. Like I said, you could potentially go into Valhalla, play the game, earn your NFTs, earn your tokens, convert those into Floki tokens or Bitcoin or Ethereum or however you want to do it, and then have this Floki debit card where you could load crypto onto it and go spend. So there's an ecosystem that's being built here, and it's really, really exciting because people love to use that word in crypto. But with Floki, you can actually connect the dots and see that from the beginning to the end, you could buy, $5 or $10 worth of Floki tokens, whatever it costs to get into Valhalla, not very much. You could play the game like crazy and get good at the game and earn a bunch of Floki tokens, and you could put them on your debit card, and you could go to the store and you could buy milk or buy clothes for your kids or buy whatever items it is that you need. And that's the important thing about Floki. It's the people's cryptocurrency. Our goal is to make real world change, and that's why we made a promise last year when we hit all-time high of 3.5 billion last November. We made a promise to build a school in every underdeveloped country in the world, a state-of-the-art learning facility where children and community members can go and get a clean drink of water, get a clean classroom, a bathroom to use. And I'm proud to say that we've completed schools in Nigeria, in Laos, in Guatemala, and in Ghana so far, and we're just getting started. I really want to talk about that because all of this stuff that we're doing isn't just to pump to the moon and to go away. We want to build a global brand with Floki, a DAO, an organization that can last for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, and continue to do amazing things to make the world a better place using fun blockchain technology like FlokiFi and like Valhalla. So, I mean, that's it at the end of the day. When I see that school that we just completed in Guatemala and those children now have bathrooms, thousands of community members now have a clean drink of water in Nigeria because we dug a borehole and built 6 classrooms and have a computer lab there with 8 computers, and the kids can get onto the internet and learn about the blockchain or learn about engineering or medicine or whatever it may be. And they never would have had that opportunity if it weren't for Floki. And we don't do anything there. We give the money to professional charitable organizations like Pencils of Promise or the Tabitha Kumi Foundation, which is a UN consultant that built our school in Nigeria. And they build it. And they put a plaque on the front that says, "Buy Floki for the people." That's it. We're not in it for glory. We're not in it for money as a core team, as an extended team. We're in it to use the blockchain to make a difference. Sorry, I love to talk about the charity piece. Are you there still?
Perfect. Much appreciable, and I would say a huge applause to you.
You're cutting out really badly there, Archer.
I mean, you are doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're excited about it. So, do you want to take questions on Valhalla and then talk about FlokiFi, or do you want to keep going? What do you think?
Yeah, we will take community questions, and I would recommend my community that you can purchase it on PancakeSwap, you can purchase it on Uniswap, Hobby, and you can use your credit card also. And it's built upon three pillars: memes, utility, and charitability. And it's currently partnered with 8 professional football clubs. So their global marketing campaign collectively reaches over 1 billion people. So this is a huge achievement, I would say. And they people can Floki, the people's cryptocurrency and the utility token of Floki ecosystem is now freely transferable between Ethereum and BNB chain. You can use the app of multi-chain, and you can start using the cryptocurrency on the ecosystem Ethereum and BNB chain. So let's move towards the next one, and after that we will have some community questions as well. Um,
Okay, yeah. You want to talk about Floki?
you aim to be the yeah, you aim to be the most known. Yeah, you aim to be the most known and most used cryptocurrency in the world. So, what are the measures you have put on until now? I mean, what have you done until now to create the biggest known and the used cryptocurrency?
Yeah, that's easy. I mean, you can see the moves that we've made. So we're only 14 months old. We are in F1 racing for the entirety of the 22 season with the Alfa Romeo team. That also includes their esports team. So we're in the EA Sports video game. Floki's logo is on the Alfa Romeo cars, and they have 3 drivers that drive in esports. I know esports is a huge thing now globally. We've been on the 8 football clubs jerseys and in their stadiums. We've taken over 14 global cities like London, like Sydney, like Nigeria, in India, and we've taken over Dubai, the airports. We've put our billboards in the airports, in public transport. In Los Angeles, we've had it on the buses. In the United States, we had 90 days of TV commercials. In Turkey, we had 90 days of TV commercials. All of this is done not as a publicity stunt, but as building that global brand. People recognize the Floki logo. People know who Floki is that don't know about cryptocurrency at all. Over the next 3 to 5 years, as we see 3 to 5 billion people pour into the crypto space, and they see that little dog with the Viking helmet that they saw at their airport, that they saw on their TV, that they saw on Napoli's jersey, that they saw on FC Goa's jersey, their kit, that they saw in the stadium for Bayer Leverkusen or Twente. They're going to recognize it. That's how global marketing works. We're just getting started with that. We're about to take over London within the next couple months. We will launch an ad campaign in London that is Valhalla specific to announce the first full version of Valhalla that's going to be coming out. That usually includes the buses, on the streets, in the tube. We started out with the famous slogan in London. You guys may have heard it before. Missed Doge, get Floki. Remember that? Missed Doge, get Floki. Everybody's copied that in the space. Everybody's copied our moves pretty much after we do them. And you hear all kinds of people say, missed this, get that. Well, we started that with Missed Doge, get Floki. That slogan actually got banned in London. We came back in London a second time with we don't do politics, we do ecosystems. And this time we're going to come back with Valhalla, probably live in your world, play in ours, or something along those lines, because that's what we've used before. So, to build a brand that ambitious, right, and to become the most known cryptocurrency in the world, you have to make incredible moves like that. It's not about putting up one billboard or putting up a sign. We had signs in New York, in Times Square in New York. We had a billboard there. Many projects, they do that once to try to pump the coin, and then everybody dumps the coin, and then that's it, right? That was their big marketing move. We've been able to get more. I mean, if you look in F1 racing, it's Binance, FTX, and Floki, right? Bybit's in there as well. It's all exchanges, massive exchanges, and then little old quote unquote Floki that's in these spaces. So I would just say pay attention to the moves that we're making. but you can't become the most popular and the most used crypto if you don't have utility. So we're building a video game that I hope I've been able to explain in a way that helps people understand how many people are going to play this game, because it's going to be a lot of people that play Valhalla. Secondly, we're building DeFi solutions, which I want to talk about. FlokiFi, the FlokiFi locker being the first protocol, which is promised to go live on the mainnet this month. So just a few days, within the next few days, unless something crazy happens. And that is something totally different. It's DeFi protocols. FlokiFi is the umbrella name for a series of DeFi protocols that Floki will launch that make the crypto space safer, that make everyday life easier for the everyday person, and that give people some really cool options on how to use cryptocurrency to make their lives easier. That's it. It's the people's crypto, and somebody needs to make crypto not be this scary thing that people are afraid to use, right? We need to be able to present this to our mother and our brother and our sister and that friend that says crypto's a scam. We need to be able to give them a product that they like, that they love to play, like Valhalla, or that they love to use, and that's where the rubber meets the road, I think. When the marketing and the utility meet is when you'll see mass adoption of Floki.
All right. So if I ask you about the auditing experience, actually final audit is left. So how has it been and how is it going? Yeah.
Yeah, it's going great. It's audited. So FlokiFi Locker. Can I talk about FlokiFi Locker? Is that okay?
Please.
Yeah. So FlokiFi Locker, this protocol that I'm talking about, is the world's most innovative digital asset locker. And the main function of FlokiFi Locker will be to lock liquidity for other tokens. So other tokens that launch in the cryptocurrency space that have liquidity pools will be able to lock their liquidity with FlokiFi Locker. That means that they can't rug pull. When the devs lock the liquidity, that means they can't pull the liquidity out of the token and do what happened to Floki in the very beginning. Our liquidity is locked right now for 265 years with a different locker that didn't, because FlokiFi Locker didn't exist when we did that, a year ago. So what FlokiFi Locker does is it allows other projects to lock their LP tokens, but also you can lock your NFTs, you can lock NFT batches, you can it's the only locker in the world that has the ERC 1155 standard. It's a new kind of token, a multi-token that can be used like an inventory. So you can imagine how game devs might use ERC 1155 in games like Valhalla, where you could store multiple items, NFTs, fungible tokens, on the same smart contract, and you can add items into that multi-token without creating a new smart contract. So that is cutting edge technology that no other locker in the world has. FlokiFi is the first one ever to do it. And we also offer unlimited infinity lock times. So if a project wants to launch and they want to lock their liquidity for 420 billion years, they can do that in FlokiFi Locker. They can share that with their community. They can put it out there on Twitter and say, look, we have come here to build a project that is built to last, not some pump and dump. And we've locked our liquidity until the sun burns out. And that's that's FlokiFi Locker in a nutshell. You can lock your NFTs, you can lock your fungible tokens, you can lock NFT batches, and most importantly, we have some incredible partners. We've already announced 14 partners. That includes the largest decentralized exchange on the OKX chain. That includes the largest decentralized exchange on the Avalanche chain, Trader Joe. Chainlink, we use the Chainlink oracles to make the locker run better. ApeSwap on the BSC network is another one. And all of these decentralized exchanges, and let me tell you, there's going to be a lot more to come once we go on mainnet. Those 14 are just the very, very tip of the iceberg. They actually get a little referral bonus for sending new business to the FlokiFi Locker. So whenever someone comes to ApeSwap and says, we want to launch our token on your decentralized exchange, ApeSwap's going to say, great. we want you to lock your liquidity in the FlokiFi locker. Every time that happens, Floki earns 0.5% of whatever the amount of that liquidity is. So today there's about $90 billion in total assets in crypto that are locked in lockers, just like FlokiFi locker. If we were just to get 10% of that, let's say we got 10 billion in total locked volume at the next bull run, total value locked, TVL is what they go by, that would mean $50 million into the Floki treasury. 50 million bucks. Of that, 25% is automatically converted into Floki tokens and burned. So 75% of the money we make on FlokiFi locker goes into the Floki treasury so we can build things like Valhalla, so we can continue to develop FlokiFi. And 25% of it is converted into Floki tokens and burned automatically. So in that example, if we had $10 billion locked up in there, $12,500,000 worth of Floki tokens would burn. And the rest would go into our treasury, where we could do the marketing that we do now, where we can build the game like we're doing now, where we can build more protocols for FlokiFi. It's just the start. We could have as many as 10 or 12 protocols, as been mentioned by B, our core strategist, in the FlokiFi umbrella, in the FlokiFi ecosystem. This is just the beginning. And all of these are built with one goal, and that is to put money in the Floki treasury so we can remove the tax. We have a 3% tax on DEX, on PancakeSwap and Uniswap. If you buy or sell tokens there, you pay a 3% tax. We aim to remove that and become a taxless token that is self-sustainable with the money that we earn with Valhalla and the money that we earn with FlokiFi, so that Floki can last forever without a tax. Hope I explained that good enough.
You did it very well. So is there any big news you would want to share before moving to the live community segment? Your time is precious and we have only 12 minutes left. So
yeah, we can take questions now. You asked about the audit. You asked about the audit, though. Yeah, you asked about the audit. So the locker is fully audited by CertiK. You can go out onto CertiK and see that audit. They're doing some updates on it right now. Once that's finished, we'll be on mainnet. So yes, let's take some questions. I love questions. I hate to just speak and not have somebody asking me stuff. Who are you going to select?
All right, so I would request my community to raise their hands so that I can unmute them and they can ask their questions regarding Floki. But your questions should be unique, and you have to follow the rules before we go to the community segment. Otherwise, you will be disqualified. So I'm going to unmute Lord Anthony.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. What's going on, Lord Anthony?
Yeah, I'm good. All right. Thank you, Asha. So straight to my question, covered. So
yeah.
I like the part of your Floki University. So crypto is a very wide space. It's very diversified. That's the crypto world. So I'm very much interested in the crypto learning part. Like, I'm very interested in some other parts of the crypto to work in. So now my question towards your university, do you have any certificate to give after going through your crypto education? Like, for example, I'm a writer and I also do other stuff in crypto, so I can present the certificate for going through your local university. Thank you.
Okay, I think, and I'm sorry because it was hard to hear you there, but I think you asked about some details or some specifics on the University of Floki. Is that right?
Yes, I asked about the Floki University. So I want to know if after going through your learning platform in the Floki University, if there is going to be a kind of certificate given to a participant, because crypto is a very wide space, and I think those kind of learning tools can be useful in other parts of the crypto.
Yes, 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 absolutely. So the goal with the University of Floki will be actually to eventually have accredited courses where you can actually, to be an accredited university, but that's way down the road on the roadmap. We had a beta in May where we had over 300 students register in the first 15 minutes. We taught courses for a couple weeks with classes of 20 students. It's in a 3D classroom with a live teacher. I actually taught some courses there. Now, it may look a little different when we come out in Q4 with the first public release of the University of Floki, but to start out, it's going to be basic crypto education like security, how to handle a Web3 wallet, how to use a ledger, how to protect yourself essentially in the space, and a few other beginner level classes. From there, we will build a database of materials and have, yes, a set course list where you'll be able to go through the university to learn in the university and to have some kind, like, man, I don't want to leak anything here. There will be ways to show that you have completed your work at the University of Floki. Yes.
All right, all right. Lastly, now, is it going to be of free to a freeway? It's going to be free.
It looks like initially there shouldn't be a big upfront cost. And once again, I can't really go into that. I can tell you that with the Genesis or the Gemstone NFTs, it's free for life. That's a nice perk that you get with those NFTs. Eventually, there will be paid courses and free courses, I guess is the best way to say that. You should have some stuff that you're able to consume without paying, and then perhaps more advanced courses where you would have to pay.
All right, all right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, that answered my question. Thank you.
Sure, let's take a couple more.
Thank you for your question. Now I'm going to unmute. Yeah. So I'm going to unmute call real.
Hello, I'm audible.
How are you?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, your Floki, the name sounds like this popular project on market, Shiba, Am I right? So I wanted to ask that as a new project coming up, so how do you intend to establish your own name? Considering there are many tokens that effectively wrong pool. Also, why will investors trust this project, and is there any plan for long term? That's the questions.
Yeah, so I think the first question was about the Floki Inu, and if you were in the top of the call, we are not Floki Inu. We are just Floki. So we dropped the Inu with our DAO contract that came out in January. So we're just Floki. Floki.com. FLOKI is who we are on the space, and that's a branding move that separates us from all of the other Inu tokens. So the second part, I think, was about longevity of the token and plans that we have. I don't know if this is a recorded call or not. I think it is recorded. And if it is, then I would say to listen back. We have Valhalla, our NFT play and earn metaverse, which is got revolutionary blockchain mechanics and is set to release in Q4. We've got the FlokiFi locker, which I just talked about, which will burn Floki tokens and also create a revenue stream for any project or any person that wants to lock up their assets in our digital locker. It's the most innovative digital locker in the world. The only one that offers ERC 1155 tokens, the only one that offers NFT batch locks and infinite lock times. And then we've got the University of Floki, which hopefully will bring a whole bunch of users into the space that will use Floki as their education platform to learn what's what in crypto. So we've got essentially 3 lines of business there, all of which will either increase the size of the Floki community or create revenue that goes directly to our treasury, and also create a perpetual burn of the Floki token transactionally through all of our FlokiFi protocols. So, man, there's a lot going on with Floki.
Wow. Yeah, thank you so much for the answer. So I wish you best of luck. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you for the question.
You're welcome.
We can do like 2 more, I think, Archer.
Yeah, please.
Yep.
I'm going to unmute Tweety. There is something more written in front of her name, but Tweety, yeah.
Hello, good day. Am I audible?
You are audible.
You are?
Thank you. I have a question pertaining the Floki University. I want to know if the lectures or the classes will be taught in English only, because there are diverse of languages. So what about persons who don't speak English or hear English? So how are they going? I want to ask if they will be able to attend the university if people have a learning feature for other languages.
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you so much for asking. And I can tell you that we are thinking about that. That University of Floki's in its very, very early stages. We don't even have the first minimum viable product out yet. So initially it will be in English, but eventually we would love to see that, because Floki is the people's cryptocurrency. We're aiming to be in every country around the world. Floki has 25 different language chats just in our Telegram alone. So I would hope that someday we will get to a place where some of our community, because we are DAO that are in these 25 language chats, could start to translate some information for us. But I'm very, very honest too. I don't see that happening in the short term in any impactful way. So it'll be English to start, and then hopefully we get to a place where we could have some other languages offered.
Oh, all right, thank you.
Yep.
I look forward to when you guys will integrate other languages.
Yeah, thank you. Me too.
Thank you.
That's long down the line, but I'm thinking, I can see myself still being involved in Floki in 10 years or 20 years. That sounds crazy in the crypto space, but that's the kind of project that Floki is. We can do two more questions, please, Archer. I just got an email from my meeting after this, and I told them I may be a few minutes late. So let's do a couple more, and then if we can wrap up, that would be great.
So I'm going to unmute Mason.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Mason.
Okay, I heard you earlier. You said you're running a little short on schedule, so I'll just go straight to the point. You mentioned about the EA Sports and the 3 drivers driving the team. Can you tell us about it? And you also said on your white paper that Valhalla will feature A-level game mechanics on the blockchain. Can you give us a sneak peek about the P2E mechanics?
Yeah, for sure. So the P2E portion hasn't been released yet. You're going to have that in Q4. That's under wraps right now. I can tell you that on the Valhalla, because it is so unique and it has never been done before. Like I said, I spoke about it a little bit earlier on, but you can see in the chat here these NFT characters. Those will be part of your inventory of things that you can earn in the game, that you can upgrade in the game, that can be tradable or sellable in the game. So yes, there will be some interesting stuff. I would say stay tuned on that. It'll also include esports, since you mentioned that, with global leaderboards, global quests that are driven by smart contracts. So essentially, just spitballing here, and I don't know what the devs have in mind, but they could build a smart contract that created a contest that said whoever catches this one special Vera wins this prize, and everybody in the world could go on a treasure hunt together to try to complete a quest. About the esports, Sauber Esports is the name of the team. You can find them out there on Twitter, Sauber Esports. It is the official esports team of Alfa Romeo, and Alfa Romeo is our partner in F1 racing. So we're on the real race cars in every F1 race, which should generate over 1.5 billion impressions, by the way, for the entire year. And also, they have the esports team, and the game that they play was co-developed by EA Sports. The race cars are in the game. The race cars in the game also have the Floki logo on them. Also, if you go to that Sauber Esports Twitter page, you can see their press conferences after the races. They just had a race last week, and you'll see Floki there in the press room as the drivers speak.
Yeah, I was really impressed when I discovered that you had about two developers and one graphic designer. That shows that you're really focused on quality and than numbers. So good project.
Oh, we have over 20. We have over 20 people that are building Valhalla in an office together, game devs. So it's not just there's a lot of people working behind the scenes. I don't even know what the total count is at Floki at this time, but it's probably, if I was guessing, 50-ish or more. So we've got quite a few people that are doing quite a few things behind the scenes.
Got the answer.
Yeah, maybe
Yep.
you update it because I saw just two on your website.
Oh, well, yeah, those are the lead blockchain dev and the lead game dev, but they're not working on their own. They have an entire team. They all office together, and they work around the clock to build this game. The game got announced August of last year, and we're going to have a full version in Q4 here. So that's really fast in the gaming world. For those that know, if you know, you know. We've got some of the best and brightest in the world. From the soundtrack, we've got an audio team that built the soundtrack. We have a Dungeons and Dragons grandmaster that helps with the lore. He's the lore master of Valhalla to help with the in-game kind of experience, the mystery and the storyline. We have obviously the game devs that are building these characters and these game mechanics. So a lot of people working on Valhalla, man.
All right, great.
Yep. Do one more here, and then I've got to run.
Sure. So I'm going to unmute Captain Levy.
Thanks, Archer. All right, so I'm going through your white paper now, and I think there's something you are yet to touch. Please give me a second to pull it up. Yeah, the Ruby Heart NFTs and the Diamond Mine NFTs. There are also other NFT sets that are actually there. Please, can you connect these NFTs to, the usage of you said you'll be producing them on ETH and 1000 on BSC. So do you have any specific reason why you chose these two blockchains to, mint these NFTs?
Yeah, Floki it's a multi-chain token. You can buy Ethereum Floki, you can buy BSC Floki on PancakeSwap or Uniswap. If you go to Yobi or some of our exchanges, they offer one or other or both. So it only makes sense that we minted we gave the community the opportunity to mint these NFTs on either chain. I went into some detail earlier about them, but really quickly, the ones you're talking about, the Diamond Heart, the Arum Gemstone, and the Diamond Mine, those are our gemstone NFTs. Those were issued to the people that made the first buys on our new contract, which came out January 23rd, which is our DAO contract. There were only 1,300 of them roughly that were claimed. They've been minted now. I've got mine. And they give you free use of all the Floki products, the University of Floki, the Floki 5 products for life if you hold that NFT in your wallet. They also give you an advantage in Valhalla, and they also give you perks like airdrops if we ever add a sister token, which has been talked about in Valhalla, a token to drive that economy. Or if we ever introduce a sister token, the holder of the gemstone NFT would get a portion of that token airdrop to them. And they also get access to the Floki debit card, which will be out in Q4. So it would give you early access to that Floki debit card. So a lot of utility behind those NFTs.
I really appreciate your answers. I have a few more questions. I'll be asking them in your Telegram group. I'm wishing you guys the best, and I hope the project stays bullish moving forward. Over to you, Archer.
It will. Thank you, man. God bless. And jump into the Telegram. That's something I'll talk about here really quickly before I leave. T.me/Floki new token. It's verified. We have our own entry portal there to get into the Telegram. We are there 24/7. I'm there 16 to 18 hours a day. Our mod team is second to none. They can help you with all of your crypto-related questions, but we keep it Floki only on the utility and the token stuff. It is a crazy cool place to be. You can really see the community behind this token and why Floki is a community-driven utility token that has a lot of bullish things coming in the future. Archer, I really appreciate the time today to tell our story.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing the precious information and a great project with us.
Yep. I wish you guys all the best at CryptoBirds. I hope to see some of you in the Floki community. And I'm going to log off now so I can get to my next meeting. But man, what a great chat with you guys. And thank you so much. If you still have questions, pop into our community. I'll be back in there in probably like the next hour. But the mods are very capable as well to answer any questions that you have. I see that there's still a lot of hands raised. So jump on over into the Floki Telegram and they can help you out.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much for sharing such a huge project with our community and the big news about the future. Is there anything you would want to share with our community for the future? And after that, you can leave.
For the future, I would just say pay attention to what Floki's doing. I talked about us building a school in every underdeveloped country. We've already delivered 4 of those schools. We've talked about Valhalla releasing a full version here in Q4 that you can play and earn assets that could transfer over onto the mainnet. I believe wholeheartedly that'll happen. We have that roadmap that's there with a lot of items on there, regardless of when they are completed. I think you can see that Floki is building an incredible organization. I don't mean, an ecosystem, yes, but a place where people can use the Floki token to do fun and cool things and to bring blockchain technology into the mainstream. So I would just say in the future, just keep an eye on Floki. You're going to see all of these things that I talked about. Everybody in this space wants to sell you something or tell you that their token's going to the moon, that you're going to get rich quick. And that can work in the short term. We saw that happen in November of last year, right? And then we see where we are now. And something's got to change in this space to where real people like myself and our core team and our community step up and lock our liquidity for 265 years and say that enough is enough. We're going to do what we said we were going to do. And I hope that people love the products that we put out because we're going to put them out there.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing precious information. Thank you so much for your time. And we are honored to host you today. And this is all I had to say. I would wait for your final remarks about CryptoBirds and how had your experience been here. And
it's been incredible. Yeah, you guys have been incredible. I really appreciate the professionalism that CryptoBirds showed in our chats before we came here. And the professionalism in the AMAs. Sometimes these can get crazy. I do a lot of these, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to learn about Floki, to drop this information in the chat, which I think will be helpful for those people. I know that I speak quickly and I talk about a lot of information. Please go back through and read through that roadmap, and you'll see all the things that I spoke about. And just thanks so much to you guys at CryptoBirds for finding good projects like this for your community that are here to be blue chips, right? To be long-term crypto investments and not the stuff that we see around this space so often.
Yeah, thank you so much, and I wish you very good luck.
Yep. Thanks. I'm going to jump off now. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Community, this was all about today's AMA with Floki. This AMA was specifically designed for the investors and for all the people who were interested into Floki. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something new. Keep investing, keep learning, keep earning, and keep supporting us. And don't forget to follow the rules. Have a good day. Bye-bye. So I had said it goodbye, but but the founder of the CryptoBirds wants you to share your feedback. I mean, a lot of hands were raised, and you guys are allowed to speak, and you can speak whatever you want.
Well, I actually feel it's a great project. I think they have some utilities and projects are actually related to education.